modern, war, fair, and 4. Those were the 4 words used to describe the newest installment for what is psyching up the COD community, among many other things, both larger and smaller over the course of the last few weeks and even the last 36 hours. While we are amidst the promotional time for Black Ops 4's newest and 4th operation coming as of next Tuesday, the curious trickle of Call of Duty 2019 information is now beginning, and the timetable is something that I'm sure that we're all interested in as we learn the inevitable fates of Infinity Ward's next project and the newest installment in the Call of Duty franchise. Today, we're going to talk about all of that, what's new, what's up on deck, and so on and so forth. But before we break into everything and dive headfirst into the discussion, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you want to see Modern Warfare 4, maybe Ghost 2, Infinite Warfare 2, or possibly even a new IP? And also, if you'd like to stay up to date with all things Call of Duty 2019, possibly even Modern Warfare 4, the information is going to start flowing a lot more consistently, so maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. And with nearly 58% of viewers not subscribed, I want to make sure that I can fill in as many of you as possible, but I digress. Those 4 words, modern, war, fair, and 4. When said aloud, that double entendre clearly without confusion says Modern Warfare 4. This is also certainly the closest we've been in ages to hearing that in an official capacity. And while Eurogamer is an independent and unaffiliated company to Infinity Ward as well as Activision, and has even mentioned Modern Warfare 4 before, it certainly catches the attention when presented as such and in the way that it did. The article this was associated with ended up detailing the entourage of draft picks that got to play the game already in Nashville as of yesterday, branded as Call of Duty partners. The writing, while deliberate, was an interesting take on the events of yesterday's secret behind closed doors event for Call of Duty, where we didn't necessarily learn anything new as for the official title or the announcement, but instead, we learned only that it was a new Call of Duty game thanks to the accompanying captions or the images that the players ended up posting. And one theory that came out of this, which never really seemed all that plausible to me, but we couldn't necessarily rule it out, was that it was for Call of Duty Mobile. However, there were a few Instagram stories and another picture that came out that actually ended up debunking that a little bit. So we ended up seeing that there was a PS4 controller as well as Astro headsets. So it definitely confirmed the game was on console, and the only other game that we know of that will be happening and that is new and on console is whatever Infinity Ward's next title is going to be. So it seems like the marketing is almost starting to get into full effect here. This is stuff that we have actually seen before. As we mentioned briefly in yesterday's video and wrap for Black Ops 4's update, this isn't out of the realms of what is considerably normal for Call of Duty marketing. It's actually something they do pretty standard, that athletes are usually at the center of the early pre-promotion so that they can hit some key mainstream demographics for COD. Most recently, we ended up seeing that James Harden was the first to reveal Black Ops 4. That logo was on a hat that he wore pre-game going into what was a pivotal game at that point for them, and it got a ton of mainstream attention, and that was the first time that we saw the Black Ops 4 logo revealed. Following that, we ended up seeing some athletes playing the game early as well, to which that stemmed what is without a doubt my favorite promotional tweet ever, which you'll see on screen right now. But the curious part is that we knew the title last year by this point, and we knew the title going into these marketing materials where athletes would start playing, and same thing goes for previous years. This time, not so much. Nothing is officially confirmed, and truthfully, I'm not really expecting anything to be confirmed for a little bit of time still. If I were to give you an educated guess, I think I'm still sticking to my guns of May 14th at the absolute earliest and possibly even later. We talked about this in real brief passing before here on the channel, but we've also discussed the likes of Activision and their marketing tactics. They run normally in 2-week intervals. This usually allows for some pre-promo, a launch window accompanied by the ability for said thing that is launching to have some breathing room before jumping into marketing something else. By doing this, it allows them to make sure that the attention is granted to each thing they deem worth advertising. Otherwise, you'd end up having things that start to conflict and then will take away from what potentially is that profit margin for each thing launching. Theoretically, if you end up having 2 things that can drive sales, if you end up trying to drive them all at once, consumers may not necessarily be as gung-ho about jumping right into or spending their money on something. And so the same principle then applies to even things that are essentially free. What we have coming up is a new operation for Black Ops 4, which outside of the Black Ops Pass content doesn't cost users any money, and also a reveal of some sort isn't anything that of course is going to cost users any money. They're not going to be charged to watch a YouTube trailer for the next upcoming title, but the same thing applies for the principle that the attention would then be muddied out or watered down by having things too close together. And so therefore, with the fourth operation launching for Black Ops 4 coming up on this Tuesday on PS4, and then 1 week later on Xbox One and PC, let's just say they jump right into it after letting that operation live in its limelight for only about a week. Then that brings us again to the 14th of May, which, reveal-wise, is relatively on brand with other Call of Duty reveals. I'm not talking the initial confirmation or teaser trailers, but instead the full-blown reveal trailers and events that may end up happening. For comparison, Modern Warfare 3 had a May 23rd reveal trailer. Black Ops 2 had a May 1st reveal trailer. Ghosts had May 21st, Advanced Warfare May 1st, Black Ops 3 very early on, April 26th, Infinite Warfare, May 2nd, World War II came again on that April 26th, that earlier date, and then Black Ops 4's reveal, not the teaser, which adversely we had the earliest tease and confirmation of the title ever in the Call of Duty franchise, starting in March, but the actual reveal trailer for MP, Blackout, as well as Zombies came from the community reveal, which happened on May 17th. So about half of these come either at the end of April, early May, or right around that midpoint of May. It's about a 50-50 split there with each of the titles going back to Modern Warfare 3. So if you were to place bets on that May 14th, I think that I'd take those odds. But that said, does that mean that is the only time that we'll see Modern Warfare 4 Call of Duty 2019 information? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think that we can rule out the upcoming weeks. While they will not be anything major, they may be teasers strategically hidden in plain sight, like how we saw that Eurogamer post that started off this video, like how we saw this behind closed door event going out and having posts from athletes that may go under the radar to many people around the world, but for those that follow them, might be hidden right there as to get those psyched up for the upcoming intel. We are certainly pushing further and further into uncharted territory when it comes to not having any information at all. We're pushing deep into April, early May, without the slightest bit of information really outside of just some handful of generalities that we've been spoon-fed either from Activision's earnings calls, some leaked information from insiders, and so on and so forth. I don't necessarily think we're quite to the point where it's the latest that we've ever been, because I remember some of the earlier Call of Duty reveal trailers didn't really have all that much pre-promotion to begin with. They kind of just dropped outside of some things that did leak here and there. So from an official capacity, we might not be to that breaking point just yet, but especially following the earliest reveal in Call of Duty history with Black Ops 4, the anticipation is definitely rising. People are probably very anxious, and so I do think it is coming up relatively soon, but I'm curious to see just how much is in fact sprinkled in the fine print between all the events that will be happening on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC over the next couple of weeks with Black Ops 4's new operation launching. A new DLC launch followed promptly by what may be a global reveal of some sorts. There's got to be something that leads those breadcrumbs from point A to point B. And actually, talking about that, we do have a little bit of information that we could talk about breadcrumb trail-wise that doesn't necessarily give us, again, the title, but it is information to keep your eyes open for, no less, as we start to wind into what is maybe the 3-week countdown for a full-on global reveal. Back in February, Activision ended up having their quarterly earnings call in which they talked really highly about the upcoming title. They ended up saying that there's high expectations for the game, it's rooted in franchise history. They ended up saying they can only describe it right now as a great step forward in the franchise that is also rooted in some of the franchise's most important history. They ended up saying there's going to be an entirely new campaign, so there's going to be single player for it. There's going to be a huge and expansive multiplayer world. Of course, some fun co-op gameplay, which Zombies has been since kind of ruled out from that, which will be an interesting take on how that shifts the community a little bit since it's been there for so long consecutively throughout the last couple of years. Activision has said that they've undersold the internal enthusiasm, as Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision Blizzard, ended up saying that he hasn't seen this much enthusiasm in a game that he can remember almost forever. We've had industry insiders kind of hurting people's minds away from things from, say, Ghost 2 Infinite Warfare, where back in January, Kotaku reporter Jason Schreier ended up saying it ain't Ghost 2. We've had multiple reports saying Modern Warfare 4 would actually be the title, though of course not confirmed, to which many insiders have since gone along with and said that matched up with the information they knew of. We saw last year in May that several original Infinity Ward devs who left for Respawn in 2010 have since returned to Infinity Ward, 2010 of course being with that fallout from the original Infinity Ward team that ended up working on Modern Warfare 2, had that lawsuit with Activision, and then it had a big fallout to which a lot of Modern Warfare 2's post-launch stuff actually was either shifted or some didn't even happen. There was that one patch that was supposed to come to MW2 that never did because of it. And then the earliest teaser that we had, or I guess the breadcrumb trail that we ended up having, was Craig Fairbrass, the voice of Gaz in Modern Warfare, Ghost from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and Sergeant Woolcroft in Modern Warfare 3, ended up having his bio from early last year having Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, and 4 included in that. So the little things hidden in plain sight definitely are there, and of course with 3 weeks potentially left for when this may happen, or maybe 4, maybe we'll end up seeing it happen on the 21st, which would be a later reveal for MW4, or whatever 2019 may hold. There's still some stuff that could be happening in the upcoming days that lead directly to this. So that said, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That's where we're going to wrap it up, but wanted to keep you guys in the loop and keep you kind of, again, in the middle of all things Call of Duty 2019 and Modern Warfare 4 if it does turn out to be that. But hopefully enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 4, but also potentially what may very well be Modern Warfare 4 coming up very soon. If you guys want to stay up to date with all the best information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff, we got you covered here on the channel, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, there's the best place to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on both those, so if you guys want to check out the conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. Well, that's it now. Thank you guys all so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.